Alright, what is up guys and gals? This is Brandon back with Motor Nubs. If you're watching this video and you are a current subscriber, you're probably going to be like, well, this isn't normally what he does. Every now and then I do sprinkle in a couple of my truck videos, more or less not to be entertainment value, but for actual information value. And my truck's been throwing me for a ringer now for probably the past couple weeks. If you notice, I haven't had a lot of Integra content come out. I've been focusing on trying to get this 2001 Ford F-250 with the 7.3 liter turbo diesel Powerstroke motor up and operational and also reliable. I've had a lot of issues and a lot of people have told me, oh, it's this, oh, it's that. Well, I just wanted to let y'all know I finally have fixed it, and these are the issues I was having. So if you are new to the channel and you're probably having issues with your truck too, if some of this stuff sounds familiar, you may want to check these things. So I first was having cold start problems. I live in North Carolina, East Coast over here in the US, and it gets down below freezing for a good portion of the year. It's normally not really a problem for starting diesels because they have the glow plugs and also their direct ignition, so you know they're normally not a problem. But mine was getting really hard to start already, to the point where I had to replace a starter just from so much cranking over and turning the key on and off to cycle the glow plugs. So I put a new glow plug relay on and all new glow plugs in it, and I was still having the problem. You know, lots of smoke. It would like chug on startup. And a lot of people were telling me, oh, well, you need injectors. Well, injectors is quite a bit of money for these trucks. So before I did injectors, I wanted to check a couple other things. So I would be getting, like, you know, gray, whitish smoke out of the exhaust. Like, it smelled like fuel, but it wasn't black, and it wasn't really white smoke. It was just kind of like that grayish smoke. And then it would like chug, and you know, you're not supposed to do it, but every now and then I'd squirt a little bit of brake cleaner or some starting fluid in there, and then, you know, the truck would like fire right up, and once it warmed up, it was fine. So, you know, I was thinking I had an issue with injectors like people had told me, but you know, I talked to a couple other mechanics, and they steered me toward the injector driver module. I have my old one out right here, and I'll actually show you what it looks like. If you've ever played around with like CPUs and like truck computers, that's exactly what it is. It's a computer that drives the injector driver module. So it's exactly what it sounds like. But what happens is, over time, this one's a 120 volt model, and they come between 100 to 120 volt, but depending on what year your truck is. The older ones got 100, some of them got 110, 115, and then 120 was the highest. They're all interchangeable. Everybody recommends to go to the 120 volt. My truck came with a 120, so I put a 120 back in it. But what happens is, over time, this module doesn't send, like, I guess, enough power to your injectors to open them up, especially on the split shot trucks where this is not a single shot. So it won't get a full fire, and especially on starting, it's noticeable more than anything, because it doesn't get enough fuel to make a full like combustion, and then it won't actually start because there's not enough fuel there. That's why if you go and squirt a little bit of ether or something else in there, it gives it enough fuel to light off, and it starts right up. So after I put my new injector driver module in, literally the truck fired right up, like the easiest it's ever fired up in the years that I've owned it. It, you know, seemed to drive a little bit better, maybe a little bit better throttle response. And the injector driver module that I got was like $99. It was refurbished off of eBay. Do not buy a used one. Make sure you do buy one that has been refurbished, because the contact points on the inside, I was looking up how to fix it yourself. I figured I didn't want to actually do that, because if you mess them up, then you won't have a good core to send back, and the core is kind of expensive. It's like a $250 core. But just go ahead and get a refurbished one that's been fixed, and they've already done the new contacts on the inside of the board, and then you won't have any problems like that. And in the meantime, listening to other people, I had already replaced all my battery cables, positive and negative, which, you know what, it needed it anyway. I replaced my ICP sensor because people told me, you know, that'll keep it from starting good, whatever. Didn't need to replace that. I replaced my injection pressure regulator, the IPR valve on the motor. I didn't need to replace that, but so yeah. I also replaced the crank position sensor. and I didn't need to replace that. So basically, there's a lot of like misinformation going around with these trucks. My truck is high miles, it's 390,000 miles. And from what I looked online, everybody that's replacing one of these IDM modules is in the range of 250,000 plus. So where these things sit is in the driver's side wheel well. And if you just search on Google how to change out an IDM, there's like, no joke, probably 50 videos that are way better than I can do. Like, they literally just like pull it back, show it to you. It's awesome. But anyway, this was $99 for a refurbished one. You know, I spent more on my IPR valve and my, you know, ICP sensor. So if you're getting these kind of similar problems like mine, you know, slow to start, a little bit like, you know, weird throttle response, that kind of thing, go ahead and change one of these out first, because it is a serviceable part that does fail slowly over time. And it seems to be that's the case. Like, as the contacts get burnt out, less power actually goes out of the unit. So it's not like a fail all at once kind of problem. It's not like all of a sudden one day it's just burnt out and then that's what it is. It's just it slowly degrades over time. So sorry to beat you all up with a ton of just sitting here talking. But I had to make this video because I had been racking my brain with this truck. It was getting to the point I was thinking about going and trading the truck in or selling it. And I just got it all paid off. I was out of debt. You know, I don't have any car payments. And that's the last thing I wanted to do. So hopefully this video gets out there and gets to somebody and it helps them out. It would have helped me out if I could have watched this video, if I, gone in the future. But that's what it is, and we'll be back to regularly scheduled content with the Integras here soon. My brother is back in town now. We got an oil leak on his that we got to fix, and then we're thinking about turning it up. We do still have to race each other, but my Integra has now also gained an oil leak. Mine's on the back of the block. His is on the front left of the block. I believe his is the VTEC solenoid gasket, because we replaced it, but I think we might have nicked it when we put it in. But anyway, his is leaking pretty good, and mine's on the back. I think mine's probably from the feed line where I teed off the block, but I just have not had time working on this thing. And if anybody's ever done glow plugs and taking these things apart, like, it's not as hard as what it looks. If you need any help with your 7.3, comment down below, and I'll do anything I can to help you advice-wise. I haven't been deeper than, just bolt-ons, so it's not like I have had any of the heads off or anything like that, fair warning. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. This is Brandon with Motor Nubs, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Adios.